This is yet another very interesting tutorial on Spring Boot. As promised on the last tutorial, I told you that we will learn today on probably jstl. So brace yourselves for a very entertaining tutorial. So let's jump in and see what what we can do with jstl. But before we start doing anything with jstl, in the last tutorial we were looking at tiles. So let us now look at the power of tiles and how to work with tiles. So I'm going to create a page which I'll call, I don't know, as a starting point, probably index.jsp. So I'll just click on this JSP file, create a new JSP which I'll call index. Click next, then finish. Now I'll do away with all these HTML tags and remain with the page language is Java. Let me just open my home.jsp. Then I'll just grab this div because I'm so lazy and paste it in on my index.jsp. Just format it for readability and expand my screen. So I'll print something out like, I don't know, this is the index page. So I'll save it, get out of there and go to my tiles.xml. I'll copy this, I'll replicate this definition and create one for my index page. So I'll just do away with that home and place in index, and you also need to change this home to index. So save it, and the last bit that we need to change is we need to go to the controller class and replicate this controller request mapping function to something like, I don't know, it will map to index, the index page, and I'll change the name of the function to index, and yeah, so change this to index. So you see how easy and powerful working with tiles is, and it is very entertaining too. So let's go ahead and run our application and see whether that index page will reflect. So let's just run as Java application. So let's go to our browser and refresh our home page. And let's navigate to that index page, and voila, it displays our index page. Now let's jump and start demonstrating on how to work with jstl. So as I said earlier, jstl is a very wonderful tag library for web designers. So if you are a web designer, this is a must that you need to learn. So the first thing that we need is we need a tag lib. So I'm just going to copy it from here and paste it on top of my index.jsp file. This will enable us to access JSP. So I'm going to be using this prefix C to access the jstl tags. So I'm just going to demonstrate how to display something using jstl. So to display something, probably a raw text, I'll just say C colon out. Just finish that, and then I want a self-contained C out. Probably the value will be hello jstl and Peter. So as you can see, it will display that. Let me just make it a little bit large. And say rerun my program and see whether it will display that. And then go to my browser, wait for this to finish. Once it has finished, I can go to my browser and refresh it and see whether it will display hello jstl and Peter. As you can see, it has displayed that. Now let's go ahead and see how we can handle how we can create a variable and if statements and if else using jstl. So I'm just going to create a variable here. I'll say C set. I actually need a self-contained one. And I need a var. So the variable name will be probably, let's say I don't know, name, and it needs a value. So the value will probably be, I don't know, my name, Peter. So to access the variable name and value, I can actually go ahead and say something like let's say a header, then just say C colon out, make it a self-contained C out, and then I'll just access it using this, and then I'll pass in this name here. So just say name. That this will print Peter. So let me just stop it and rerun again. So I'll run as Java application. And refresh my page, and it displays Peter as expected. So I'll go ahead and try and to do an if statement using the C out. Let's say if. So if dollar and the curly braces, then pass in name equals, let's say Peter, then I'd like it to do something like, I don't know, display something like this. My name is Peter, I think. So let me just stop it and rerun again. Run as Java application. Then I'll go and refresh my index.jsp file, and says my name is Peter. So that's how you do an if statement. To do an if else statement is quite interesting. So it has got some interesting syntax. So I'll just say C choose, and then I'll go ahead and say when no, C colon when let's say probably dollar and pass name equals Peter, then go ahead and say something like, I don't know, let's say Peter is an awesome name. I think that will do. And then to do the else part, we'll say something like C otherwise, I think, and then say something like no name has been probably been found, and let's go ahead and stop it and run this program again. So I'll run as Java application, go to my browser, try and refresh it. So it says Peter is an awesome name. So if I change the name to probably, I don't know, Moesh, save it and rerun my main Java, and come here and refresh my page, no name has been found. Now the last thing that we need to learn, I'm just teaching you the basics. You can actually go to the tutorials point. They have a very nice tutorial on jstl. So here I'm just teaching you the basics so that you can go ahead on other important matters in the next tutorial. So I'll just say C4. So let's say, for example, I need something like var. So I'll give the var name probably J, and here the loop counter will start at, I don't know, I'm supposed to say begin, let's say 1, and then the loop counter will end at probably, I don't know, 10, and I can go ahead and display something like the value of J is that, and then pass in J. So I'm accessing this variable name by this value $curly braces J, so don't forget that. So let me just stop this and see whether it will display the values of J. So I'm just going to say run as Java application, just save it, click OK and save it, go back to my browser, try and refresh my page, and so it will display these values of J 1 up to 10. So I can do something like step probably step 3. So after every 3 steps it will display something. So let's see how that works. We need to stop it and run this, the Java application. Go back to my browser and refresh it. So you can see it is displaying 1, 4, 7 and 10. So this is what I needed to show you in this tutorial. Probably the next tutorial will be tackling the post and get methods. So don't forget to catch me on that tutorial. Don't forget to like, subscribe. It will really go a long way. So thank you and God bless you. Have a nice day.